You know, we're just bombarded with these stunning images of faraway places, right? Every single day, our screens are just filled with these perfect moments from all over the world. But what do we really see when we look at them? So today, let's take a journey to Northeast India, a region of just incredible beauty, and explore the difference between simply looking at a picture and truly understanding a story.
So, think of this as your personal invitation. Whether you're someone who loves nature, an adventure seeker, or you're just curious about different cultures, trust me, Northeast India has something really profound to offer, way beyond what you can get from a single glance. All right, first up, we're diving into the very foundation of this region. It's absolutely breathtaking, almost completely untouched natural beauty. I mean, just look at this. This is the Zuko Valley, and it feels like a place that's from a totally different time. The hills just roll on forever, and they're covered in a green so vibrant it practically jumps off the screen. It's the kind of landscape that just makes you stop and be still, and yeah, it's exactly the kind of image that makes you stop scrolling through your feed. And of course, where you have mountains like that, you're going to have water. In Meghalaya, which is famously known as the abode of clouds, water is this powerful, life-giving force. It just cascades down in these unbelievable waterfalls, feeding the rivers and shaping these lush, ancient forests over thousands and thousands of years.
Okay, but this is where that relationship with nature becomes a true partnership, and it's just incredible. These are the living root bridges of Meghalaya. Now, this isn't construction, it's cultivation. For generations, people have carefully guided the roots of rubber trees across rivers, and they form these unbelievably strong, living, breathing structures. It's a story of patience, of ingenuity, and it's something a single photograph can only begin to hint at.
And then you get these moments, these quiet moments at dawn, when the mist just settles in the valleys. It gives you a sense of this profound peace that really defines this land. You can just make out these tiny villages, nestled right there among the hills, living in a rhythm that's been passed down for centuries. But you know, a landscape is only half the story, right? It's the people who truly define a place. And the cultural fabric of Northeast India is, well, it's one of the most complex and colorful on the entire planet. And this just captures that vibrancy so perfectly. On one side, you've got this incredible energy, powerful community celebrations like the bamboo dance, which is a display of just amazing skill and coordination. And then, on the other side, you have this quiet, focused artistry of textiles and jewelry, where every single intricate pattern tells its own story. You see, life here is deeply communal. A marketplace isn't just somewhere you go to buy vegetables, it is the absolute heart of the community. It's where you share news, where friendships are kept alive, and where the social fabric is woven just as tightly as the baskets that are on display. And here, tradition is a living, breathing thing. This Kasi dance, happening right as the sun sets, that's not just a performance for tourists. No way. It's a ritual, it's a history lesson, and it's a way of carrying the identity of an entire people forward into the future.
And the scale of this diversity, I mean, it is just mind-boggling. We're talking about groups like the Mizo, the Kasi, the Ao Naga, the Bodo, the Ngami, and believe me, that is just scratching the surface. There are over 200 distinct ethnic groups here, each with its own language, its own customs, its own story. It's an incredible mosaic of humanity.
So, after seeing all of these beautiful, powerful images, it brings us to a really critical question. In our digital age, when we see a place like this on our screens, what are we really seeing?
I mean, we've all seen photos just like this one. It's perfect. The light's beautiful, the people are smiling, the landscape is idyllic. It's an image that's practically made for a social media feed. It's easy to look at, it's easy to like, and honestly, it's easy to forget. And that really gets to the heart of this contrast. On one side, you have the slow, patient accumulation of knowledge, the scholar study filled with books and context. And on the other, you have the fast, fleeting world of the social feed, driven by algorithms and just quick reactions. They're both ways of learning, sure, but they offer vastly different depths of understanding. We have access to more images and information than any other time in history. We can scroll through thousands of these perfect moments from every corner of the globe in just a few minutes. But what's the hidden cost of all that effortless consumption? So it leads us to this crucial question we have to ask ourselves. When we like a photo of a faraway culture, are we truly connecting with it? Or are we just kind of adding another pretty picture to our digital trophy case without ever really engaging with the story behind it? And the problem is, in this world of anonymous profiles and content that's gone in a second, the real identity of a place can get completely flattened. The complexity, the challenges, the real human stories, they can get lost behind a beautiful but ultimately superficial image.
Okay, so how do we move beyond that? How do we find a deeper, more meaningful way to actually engage with the world?
Well, I think this image right here holds a pretty big clue. It's a man in stunning traditional Naga attire getting off a public bus. This isn't a performance, it's not a staged photo op, it's just life. And it shows that tradition and modernity, they aren't two separate worlds in conflict. They coexist, they blend, and they create a story that is so much more interesting and complex than any perfect picture could ever be.
And that, right there, is the key. True exploration isn't a passive activity. It's an active pursuit. It means choosing to move beyond just seeing and making the effort to actually understand. Think about it like this. It's the difference between passive viewing and active experiencing. So instead of just a quick like, maybe we ask questions. Instead of scrolling past, maybe we pause to listen to the stories. And instead of just settling for a pretty picture, let's seek out the context that actually gives it meaning. So look, this isn't just a generic call to action. It's a real invitation to shift your perspective. It's about committing to being part of a community of curious minds, people who believe that learning about the world is one of the greatest adventures we can possibly have.
Because at the end of the day, every single image, every place, every person has a story that is so much deeper than what you see on a screen. The only real question is, which one will you choose to uncover?